Good morning, South Aiken. This is Sam Fuller, principal at South Aiken. Coming to you this morning, first of all, saying welcome. Welcome back for another great school year. Welcome back, and I hope you've had a restful and relaxing summer, and we're ready to get back to work together. First of all, I'm excited. I can't tell you how excited I am. I've told the teachers how excited I am to be serving you all as principal this year, and I look forward to taking this journey together with you. What we're going to do with these videos is go over rules, regulations, introduce you to a lot of things, review some things to the upperclassmen, and talk about just goals, what we are as South Aiken, and just cover a lot of different things. Again, those of you all who attended South Aiken before got used to these videos, got used to seeing me. I know I don't like doing the videos a lot, but I don't want to get drug into them. But you get used to seeing me, you get used to seeing other assistant principals, and this is a great way for us to disseminate information in a short period of time. So we're going to cover a lot of information with you today. So South Aiken, what we're going to do today is just talk a little bit about a couple things. One, our student goals. Two, who we are as South Aiken, AP Academy offering AP Capstone. Three, our extracurriculars and athletics. Review some of our accomplishments. Talk about who we are. Anybody who has heard of Phone Blast over the summer has heard the phrase, every thoroughbred, every day, all means all. What does that mean? What does it mean when we say all means all? For me, that means that everybody who walks in this door as a student has a chance to be successful. So that's what we mean when we talk about every thoroughbred, every day, all means all. But the question I'm going to ask over and over is, do we believe that? Do we believe that as a faculty? Do we believe that as a staff? Do you as a student believe in yourself to feel like you can be successful with the education and the services we provide here at South Aiken? So we're going to talk some about that. Talk about some of the post-secondary plans that we have for you. What do you want to do? What do we want to provide for you when you graduate high school, when you leave South Aiken? Some of the rigor that we provide, the college and career readiness standards. Powwow. Powwow is a big deal because it has been extremely beneficial and successful for us, but is it a huge undertaking? And so we want to make sure we discuss that with you. And then the code of conduct. For many of you, the code of conduct doesn't even come into play, but we want to make sure that everybody has an understanding of what the code of conduct means, what it talks about, and how that will affect you if you were to violate the code of conduct. All right, so let's get started talking just briefly about a couple of these things. All right, so let's talk about student goals. Our first and foremost goal is to graduate 90% of you within 4 years of the time you walk into South Aiken High School. We did it in the 2016-2017 school year. We dropped a little bit last year, but again, we want 9 out of 10 of you to consistently graduate on time within 4 years of walking through the doors. We also want to increase our AP enrollment through our NIMSI initiative, which is the National Math and Science Initiative. And we also want to increase our AP performance. Now that we've increased our enrollment, we want to increase our AP performance. So that's going to be very much part of what our goals are for this year. And also, we want to increase gradually and incrementally our performance on our ELCs, which is the end of course test for Algebra 1, English 1, Biology, and U.S. History. So those are some of the things that we want to look to increase. Your individual teachers can discuss with you where we fell last year, what our scores were last year as a collective, but we want to gradually increase those scores. AP Academy. South Aiken's partnership with the National Math and Science Initiative, NIMSI, the first goal was to increase the enrollment, increase access to advanced placement courses. And for those of you all who don't know, advanced placement are courses that you can take here in high school. And if you receive a qualifying score of 3, 4, and 5, you can receive college credit depending on the college, depending on if they accept that credit. So over the past 2 years, and this is our 3rd year of being part of the NIMSI program, we have at a minimum doubled our enrollment in AP classes. And we want to continue to increase the number of students who are taking an AP class. But what I want to introduce you to is we are also an AP Capstone school. What an AP Capstone means is you can take AP Capstone Seminar and AP Capstone Research and receive an AP Capstone Diploma. And what that diploma will do is it will be reported to the college or university you choose to attend and show that you have completed the requirements of taking those 2 AP courses, AP Capstone Seminar and AP Capstone Research, and you have completed those requirements and have received the AP Capstone Diploma. Now, there are 2 different ways to get it. First is the AP Capstone Diploma, which means you have taken AP Seminar and AP Research and have taken 4 AP exams and earned a 3 or more or higher on both of those, and earn a 3 or higher on AP Capstone Seminar, AP Capstone Research. Or you can get an AP Seminar and Research Certificate, which means you have only taken AP Capstone Seminar and AP Capstone Research and received a 3 or higher on both of those exams. So that gives you 2 opportunities. And we want to stress to you the importance of that, especially if you're going to be taking the post-secondary route where you're going to a college or university. We understand not every student wants to take all the other AP courses, but if you're going to go to college, I want to encourage you to sign up for these courses because it gives you an opportunity to work in the research field, understand how to write research papers, understand how to do in-depth research, understand how to use a college library and a college course catalog. So we want to make sure that you have that information and that you are taking advantage of that opportunity. Also, if you're going to think about going into college and majoring in a science course or majoring in a science degree, you want to also sign up for these courses in the future as well, because you will need access and you will need experience in the research and in public speaking and writing. So that's a little bit about the AP Capstone Diploma and AP Capstone Research, AP Capstone, about the AP Capstone Diploma and AP Capstone Research, AP Capstone Seminar as well. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the other things that make South Aiken special. In particular, our extracurricular and athletics programs. We have a wide variety of things that should interest students and to give them something else to be involved in outside of just the normal 8 to 3:30 classes. We offer a wide variety of sports. We offer, I believe it is 20 varsity athletic sports, including football, basketball, cheerleading, track, baseball. We offer all those things, and we would encourage you to be involved in them. Our football team has experienced a wide amount of success over the past 2 years. Our basketball team last year played in upper state finals. Our baseball team played in upper state finals, was 1 game away from winning the state, playing for the state championship. Girls basketball has also improved and made the playoffs the past 2 years. Volleyball has made the playoffs and finished as co-champions in the region. Softball has also made the playoffs. So if you're looking for an extracurricular activity, an extracurricular sport to be involved in, we have plenty to choose from, and they are all coached by highly knowledgeable and successful coaches. Then we also have other extracurricular activities such as Calliope, which is our award-winning literary magazine. We have our drama club, which is award-winning as well, and they put on theater performances throughout the year. We have our Nitwits Club, which is just a random club, and that's one of the great things that we have here. It was a random club that started during Powwow where they get together and knit, and they love it. And we have other groups that have gotten together and just do things of that nature that you enjoy. So we encourage you to look around. We're going to have an organizational fair. We'll let you know what day that's going to be, but we encourage you to look around, find something you enjoy, find a group that you enjoy hanging out with, and be a part of that group. Find something to do outside of school hours or even during school hours that is not necessarily curricular related that you can enjoy. All right, but make sure it's also in good fun and make sure it's also within the rules and falls under the code of conduct. Okay, next we're going to talk about preparing you for your post-secondary career or post-secondary college. We have, like I said, a wide range of activities and things that you can do and choose from to prepare you for post-secondary success. We have our AP courses. We have CATE courses. We have our honors and CP courses as well. All these things are designed to prepare you for post-secondary success. And post-secondary success, I want to be clear on this. Post-secondary success does not always have to mean that you are going to a 4-year college or university. Post-secondary success can mean going into the workforce. Post-secondary success could mean going into the military. All of these things can mean that you can be successful after you graduate high school. and we want you to be aware of all we offer. We offer completed programs in culinary. We offer completed programs in welding. We offer completed programs in marketing, in finance, and all these things can give you an opportunity to say that you can go into the workforce and be successful. We offer, like we talked about earlier, the AP Capstone AP Capstone Diploma. We offer CP courses, which is college preparatory courses, honors courses, which can also prepare you for college. And we can gradually meet you where you are to give you the tools necessary to be successful. So anything that comes up, we're going to start having IGPs right around the end of September. And these are things you want to make sure you discuss with your counselor about what do you want to do after high school. Ask the question, what are you interested in? What can you do? Have you looked at the Career Center? All these things are available for you to be successful post-secondary wise. So not to steer you away from one thing and push you towards another, but we want you to know that all these options are available to you, and you need to ask questions about them. Look at what pathway you can take to be successful after high school. All right, so next up, let's talk about Powwow. Okay, we started Powwow 2 years ago, my second year here at South Aiken High School. And for those of y'all who were here when we first started, it had some bumps in the road. But understand this, Powwow is extremely beneficial and is designed for student success. What we did with Powwow is we provided office hours for students to go and get tutoring from their teacher, either first half or second half. And with first half being math, social studies, and foreign language, you've been able to go back and see those teachers. And for the second half, English and science. So we provide 2 halves where you can go back and see those teachers and provide and get that extra help to get you across that finish line. There should be no excuse for you to have a 0 in a grade book. I'll say that again, everybody. There should be no excuse for you to have a 0 in the grade book. We provide time for you every single day for you to go back and receive tutoring, turn in assignments, get extra help. We have that available. We have that venue available to you. And for those of you who say, well, I'm not going to take advantage of it, we will assign Powwow tutoring for those of you whose grades we deem necessary for Powwow tutoring. So if you aren't going to take advantage of it on your own, we will put in the procedures to make sure you take advantage of it. Because we want every single one of you to be successful. Remember, every thoroughbred, every day, all means all. If one of you fails, that's one too many. So we want to make sure that every single one of you has the opportunity to do what's necessary. But Powwow has been good. But we also need to make sure that there are certain things that you do. We need to make sure that you are following the procedures necessary. We have a first half and a second half. You shouldn't be walking around the halls once the first half or second half has begun. And if you're in the cafeteria or the courtyard, we should be behaving properly. And we're going to talk more about that in another video later on about Powwow procedures. But if you have any questions about Powwow, please make sure that you ask, because it's here for your benefit. Now, we're going to roll out the 10th through 12th graders next week, but the freshmen we're going to roll out in a couple of weeks later, because we want to just go over a couple more things with them before we fully roll into it. So again, like we're going to talk a little bit more later about Powwow and just give you some more details. So please make sure you ask questions in that regard. So one thing we don't do is we don't assume that you all know better in regards to what behaviors and rules we need to follow here at South Aiken. So one thing we've put into place, and those of you who are watching this video have already probably seen or already probably reviewed some of the code of conduct. We have made sure that you are going to get a review of the code of conduct for 5 days. The first day, Monday, is going to be math teachers reviewing with you all the code of conduct. Tuesday is going to be English. Wednesday is going to be science. Thursday is going to be social studies. And then Friday is going to be all elective teachers. We're going to give you 5 different opportunities to review the code of conduct. One of the things that we dealt with last year is consequences in regards to fights, watching fights, videotaping fights, things of that nature. And people say, well, that's not fair, or my child didn't do this, or I didn't fight or do anything of that nature. I shouldn't be getting these consequences. But that's one of the things we're going to cover in the code of conduct videos, and we want to make sure that you understand all the rules and procedures that we have here at South Aiken. So please, when we go over those code of conduct with you in each one of those classes, please pay attention and please ask questions. We want to make sure that you are as clear as possible on what our code of conduct is and what it pertains to. Now, next thing we're going to talk about is our cell phone policy. Last year, we implemented a cell phone policy that allowed for students to be on their phones during transition periods, during transition times, which means between classes, and during Powwow. But one of the things we got from feedback from teachers is students would violate that policy by being in the classroom and being on their cell phone. I'm going to make this as clear as I possibly can. You are not allowed to be on your cell phone in class. Say again, you are not allowed to be on your cell phone in class. You cannot say, well, I was checking the time. No. We have clocks in the classroom. You cannot go to the bathroom and say, well, I'm going to take my phone with me and go check my phone in the bathroom. That's against policy. Again, we are giving you the time between classes and during Power Hour to use your phones. So please do not use your phones in class. It is against the rules. Now, we understand that there are certain teachers who allow you to use a phone for academic purposes. Not just be on your phone, for academic purposes. And in that case, if you have a first period teacher who lets you use your phone, and then your second period teacher does not let you use your phone, that is the second period teacher's prerogative. They can do that. They are not in violation of policy, because if that's the case, then we could just say you can't use your phone at all. So please, understand you cannot use your phone in class for any reason, unless it is on explicit permission from the teacher. Now, some teachers have set up different policies. And I want to talk about this as well. Use of cell phone includes a smartwatch. This thing right here includes use of cell phone. So if your teacher says take out your phone and take off your smartwatch and put it away, they are completely within their rights to do so. Because this is the same thing as a cell phone. They're both cell phones. So if a teacher asks you to put it away, they both count as cell phones. Okay? So, please make sure that you understand our cell phone policy. Between classes, during Power Hour, they are fine. During class, they are not allowed. Easiest way to handle that is to put your cell phone in your book bag and power it off before class. Because we give you this leeway to use it during the other times, if you get caught using it during that time, that's a violation of the cell phone policy. That's easy. That's easy to handle for us per the code of conduct. So please make sure you do that. So in finishing up talking about culture, all means all. You see it posted up in the comments. You hear it talk about it on phone blast. You see it on social media. All means all. But my question to you is this: do you believe you can be successful? Okay, we can believe a lot of things. I can believe a lot of things about you as student body. I can believe that you have the capacity to do great things. I can believe that about you. But you got to believe those things for yourself. And it's my job to empower you to believe those things about yourself. It's my job to empower you to believe that you can be successful, that you can go into post-secondary success, that you can live a productive life and be a great citizen. But it's important that you believe those things. And talking to our faculty before you all came back, I asked the question, what do we believe? And I'm asking you, what do you believe? I want us to move from asking a question about what we believe about our ability to be successful, about our ability to do the work in class, about our ability to follow rules, about our ability to understand procedures, and go from asking what do we believe about it to saying that we believe. We believe that we are successful. We believe that we are productive citizens. We believe that we can do the work. We believe that we can follow rules and procedures. So when you start thinking about yourself and your role here at South Aiken, ask yourself, what do you believe about yourself? And then if there's something that we can help you in your belief, let us know. I want every student to be successful walking out of these doors. All means all. All means all. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And that's what we strive for every single day. So I've talked a lot this morning about a lot of different things. But I want you to know that I care about you. I love each and every single one of you. I care about your success. I care about who you are as a person. And me caring about you can be shown in many different ways. But I want to make sure that you hear it directly from the horse's mouth, the thoroughbred's mouth, that I care about you. So thoroughbreds, let's move forward. Let's get better every single day. And remember, every thoroughbred, every day, all means all. All right, once again, this is Mr. Fuller here, and I want to introduce you to the administrative team for South Aiken High School.
Hello, I'm Mr. Burns. I am part of the 9th and 10th grade team. I handle students from letters A through J.
My name is Mr. Hudson. I'm also part of the 9th grade team. My students are students with last names K through Z.
I'm Tammy Schaefer. I serve on the 11th and 12th grade teams, and I serve students with letters A through K.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Colmar. I am part of the 11th, 12th grade discipline team, and I handle L through Z.
So once again, everybody, this is the South Aiken administrative team. When you see us walking around, now you'll know who to come see if you're in 9th or 10th grade or if you're in 11th and 12th grade.